Welcome to the highlights of Formula V8 Racing's final race of the season from Interlagos in Brazil. The warm-up lap saw many drivers overheating their engines, which forced a restart to the race, but fortunately everyone got away safely on the second go. Trzynski and the Red Bull got away to a flying start, closely followed by Kristick and the Mercedes Petronas. Most of the field managed to make it through the treacherous Senna S on the first go, with only very little contact and wide tyre streak. By turn 4, the Red Bull driver had already pulled out a sizable lead, but ran too hot into the entry and ended up running wide, allowing Kristick and the Mercedes to close the gap. The two fastest qualifiers battled for the lead through the middle stages of the first lap, until Kristick jumped on the throttle too early for his cold tyres, and with a full tank of fuel spun off, giving the Red Bull some room to breathe. Meanwhile, Bottoms in the Ferrari was off to a flying start, going from last to third within only a few corners. This brilliant start would see him take the lead of a Formula 1 race for the first time in his career. Trzynski had extended the gap over second place by 4 seconds by the start of the second lap, when his cold brakes saw him spin on the entrance to the Senna S. The Ferrari profited most from this mayhem in the first corner, darting up the inside and taking the lead, jumping several cars in the process. Many positions were exchanged in the early laps, with overtakes such as this from Kristick, overtaking 3 cars in one turn before passing the McLaren on the outside through turn 4. At the back of the field, Rogers struggled to recover from his nightmare start, wrestling with his Williams as well as the midfield runners. Things were just as tense with the leaders as Kristick and Trzynski fought ever closer to the lead Ferrari. An attempted pass into the junction corner was well defended, with an excellent display of driving from both drivers. Braking late, the Mercedes rammed the Ferrari off the track, losing both drivers time. This enabled the Red Bull to close up and put him within reach of the lead. Running with higher downforce and using Karthik Iron as a screen, the Red Bull moved up to second place. The charging Red Bull suffered a minor setback when he attempted a pass on the leader in turn 4. The hit to his right side pod saw him slide, but he was able to recover without losing too much time and only one position. On the very next corner, Badams ran wide on entry to the horseshoe, gifting lead of the race to Christic on lap 5. Led the next dozen laps until a hardware fault saw him spin out of first position. He would regain the top spot within a few laps with this brilliant pass. The battle for the lead intensified over the next few laps, as it quickly became a two-horse race with both drivers refusing to yield the lead. Rogers was the first to pit for Williams on lap 24, with the Red Bull pitting on lap 27, hoping to find a way past the Mercedes in the pit lane. Christic's response to this was several laps later, resulting in the Red Bull closing the gap, having done several laps on faster tyres already. Knowing that the Red Bull now in his mirrors had warmer tyres and was fully up to speed, Christic tried to force his new tyres up to pressure, but this resulted in a spin and gave the Red Bull the lead that it would not relinquish again. A totally dominant performance meant it was smooth sailing from here to the checkered flag for Red Bull, with Trzynski giving the Renault-powered team their first clean sweep of a Formula 1 weekend, capping off his pole position and fastest race lap with a thoroughly deserved victory. Christic and the Mercedes would finish second after his most impressive race and highest race finish in Formula 1, with Rogers for Williams coming third, albeit one lap down from the leaders. Badams failed to finish for Ferrari after miscalculating his fuel load and stopping several laps short.